In this video, I'm going to be building the best possible team for 500,000 MT right now in NBA 2K23 Myteam, and this is a really good middle ground for a squad. It's not too expensive, but it's also not really cheap, so a lot of people can build this squad, and it's a really good team that can compete against most of the squads in the game because you're able to get those giant bigs that we'll talk about here in a second. But yeah, this is going to be, in my opinion, the best team for 500,000 MT. So if you guys got around that and want to build a squad, this is personally what I would do. So at the starting point guard position is going to be the Dark Matter Myteam Thompson. Now he is still one of the best budget point guards and just one of the best point guards in general. He is so good for only 20k, 6'7" at the point guard position, 7-foot wingspan. He's in every single team builder, every single ranking. He's just so good at his position. He does everything so well. He's a great defender. He's super quick, 99 speed, 99 acceleration. He can drive to the basket really good with a 99 driving dunk. And then probably the best thing about this card easily has to be his animations. He's got such a good jump shot, at least in my opinion. The Derrick Rose base, Steph Curry upper on very quick timing. He's got the tray fade, which is really good. He's got amazing dribble sigs, he moves really quick on the court with his defense, his size up, the Curry escape, the dame behind the back, and then also does have those crazy good overpowered dunk packages with the front clutches and the quick drops off one, and then also these really good dunk packages, in between, Zion, Shaq, Vince Carter, MJ, Clyde, Giannis, Ben Simmons, Dwight. He can dunk the ball like crazy, and then he also does have perfect defensive tendencies. This Myteam Thompson card easily has to be our starting point guard. Now pairing up with Myteam Thompson in our backcourt is going to be the Dark Matter Radiant T-Mac. This card is so amazing still at the shooting guard position, and he's only about 70 80k. Maybe he's gone up a little bit in price, 85,000, but he's still so good for that price. 6'8" at shooting guard, 7'2" wingspan. He might be the best buy now card in the game. He is just so overpowered of a shooting guard. The KPJ base, Oscar Robertson upper on quick timing is still a really fast and easy jump shot to time with, and this Radiant T-Mac is still one of the best shooting guards in the game and one of the best 300 guards as well. So to pair him up alongside Myteam Thompson, we're gonna have really good offense in the backcourt. Scoring won't be a problem with the starting lineup, but I feel we need a little bit more size and a little bit more defense. And who better to get than the Dark Matter KG, a guy that gives you that size, gives you that defense, and can still score the ball at a pretty high level. He's about 60 70k, so a little bit more on the expensive side, but we got 500,000 MT to work with. We got to spend it and use it to our best of abilities. So KG, 6'11" at small forward, 7'2" wingspan. Like I said, he's a great defender, 98 block, 95 steal, 95 perimeter, 98 interior defense. Not the best defensive tendencies, but his badges, his stats are really good. His size is amazing for a small forward. And then, like I said, offensively, he's not a terrible offensive card. He can still score the ball when he has to. He's got the LaMelo Ball base, KG upper on very quick timing. I still feel that's a solid release, nothing crazy about it, but still a very solid jump shot. And then he's also got great dribble sigs with the De'Aaron Fox size up, the Chris Paul escape, and the tray behind the back. So he can move a little bit when he needs to. He's a really good defender, and that's why he's going to be on our court, is for defense. And then for the starting power forward position, I really want to include Victor Wembanyama in this lineup. I mean, you can start our backup power forward over Victor if you wanted to, and I'll talk about that here in a second. But Victor Wembanyama, this card is absolutely ridiculous, even though it's only his next card, and it's not obviously his invincible, which is the best card in the game, but his next one is still overpowered as hell. 7'5" at power forward, 8-foot wingspan. He only goes for 80k MT, which is kind of ridiculous, and he's 7'5" and can play power forward with one of the best player models in the game. His stats are super well rounded, but he doesn't really need too many stats. He's got an okay jump shot, pretty good dribble sigs, but he's just a better Taco Fall, or on the same level as a card like Taco Fall, and only going to be 80,000 MT. And then to round out the starting lineup for the best team for 500,000 MT is going to be the Dark Matter Mark Eden. I think pairing up these cards, alongside each other are going to be really good. You got Victor, who can space out the floor a little bit more of a 3-point shooter than Mark Eden, and then you got Eden down low, who's got that super wide player build and one of the best interior defenders in the game. He's 7'4" at the 5, 7'7" wingspan. Like I said, one of the best player models in my team. He's such a good defender, 99 block, 87 steal, 94 perimeter, and a 98 interior defense. He can finish at the rim fairly fast for a giant center card, 85 speed, 85 acceleration. He's not going to be a 3-point specialist or a good 3-point shooter, but he can still knock down threes when you need him to. If he's wide open in the catch and shoot, he can still knock it down. So yeah, that starting lineup can compete against pretty much every single starting lineup in the game. Like even the best starting 5, this team can somewhat compete with. And for only costing maybe in total like, you know, 100k, 150, maybe like 250,000 MTs, somewhere in that price range, maybe 300k at most, really not that bad, you know, to be able to compete against most other squads. Now for the backup point guard position, there's like 3-4 names you can go with: Anthony Black, Scotty Barnes, Wes Unseld, and then I'm gonna go probably Ron Artest, just because pairing alongside him with our backup shooting guard, I want to have, you know, more of a guy that can be really good defensively, but still score the ball, offensively. 6'7" net point guard, 6'10" wingspan. He's only about 20k. I mean, it's really between him and Anthony Black. So if you want to put Anthony Black over Ron Artest, they're very similar point guards. I'm not 100% sure who to use because they're about the same price tag as well. Ron Artest, really good defensively, still has that pretty good jump shot with the Marco Fultz base, Rudy Gay upper on very quick timing. He's got very solid dribble sigs, the D-mid size up, the tray escape, he can move well. He's just going to be such a good defender and able to knock down threes. And then for a backup shooting guard position is going to be a card that's a really good budget shooting guard, and that's going to be Dark Matter Sar Thompson, a card that is, you know, just an absolute beast all around, and he's under 10k. He's 6'7" net shooting guard, 7-foot wingspan. His stats are amazing across the board. His animations are top tier. He's got such a good jump shot with the O'Shea base, Rudy Gay upper on very quick timing. He's got amazing dribble sigs with the D-Rose size up, the tray escape, Dame behind the back. He's got that Russ moving cross. And then just like a Men Thompson, Asar is going to have those amazing overpowered dunk packages with the quick drops off one and the front clutches. So he's got those safe dunks, but then he's also, just like a Men, got those crazy dunk packages as well, and then tendencies almost going to be maxed out at a 98. So Asar Thompson does everything you need for a budget shooting guard for under 10k. And then for the backup small forward position, this is where you do have another choice between a ton of different small forwards. Cards like Big Z, if you want a little bit more size, he's a really good small forward. If you want to go, you know, even Jonathan Isaac, he's a really good small forward for defense. I kind of want to go AK. I know it's a little bit undersized, but I kind of want to go AK-47 for this backup small forward position because we're going to have a really tall front court off the bench. So I kind of want to go AK just because he can be a great defender on ball, but he's still going to give us a little bit more or way more offense than a card like Jonathan Isaac or Big Z would bring us. So I kind of want to go for this. Since we don't have like a main ball handler off the bench, we don't have like a T-Mac or a Tim Thomas or some crazy offensive card off the bench, I want to go AK just to give us a little bit more scoring, a guy that can still score the ball, create his own shot, and does have some pretty good dribble sigs, but still going to be one of the best on-ball defenders in the game and just one of the best defenders in general. But then now for our backup front court, like I said, this is where we're going to have a lot of size, and you could start Taco Fall over Victor if you wanted to. So if you want to start Victor, you know, next, if you want to start him next to Wemby, then definitely go ahead. Or if you want to start him over Wemby next to Mark Eden, definitely go ahead and do so. I like Victor's spacing a little bit more next to a card like Mark Eden, but we know exactly what Taco Fall can do. I mean, 7'6" at power forward, 8'2" wingspan, still one of the more glitchy cards in the game, able to mash, be such a good paint defender, knock down threes, run the floor, and he just gets those crazy glitchy animations. But then to round out the best team for 500k, I do think is going to be Dark Matter Ralph Sampson. Once again, another guy that can compete against those taller centers, and to have these cards in the front court is super important because that means we can guard the Manute Bulls, the Victor Wembanyamas, the Yao Mings, the Rick Smiths, right, the other Taco Falls. We're able to stop them because we have enough size and enough defense in this squad. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about this team? But if you have around 500k or you just want to know some cards that could be on a 500k team, this is the best team I would build for 500,000 MT. But hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.